Scuffed cast. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun.
Ball skins. Alright.
What?
Wait, what? Classy.
Ball skins
Bro, it's
in
not-
Rocket League. We need
You
them.
can't just come out and say ball skins and expect us not to.
Bro, you gotta warn us before you start
please get
saying
some
I know
ball
the new
skins.
Twitter caption for
in
this
Rocket
week.
League. Like, what the hell?
Talking
Oh
about
my
ball
God.
skins.
No, in all
man.
fairness, I do agree. Like
Yeah.
the thing that made me think about that was the I don't know if any of you saw the Pulse Invitational like freestyle tournament. And
Yeah, they have custom balls.
yeah, they had the black.
Welcome to the 10th official episode of the Scuffcast, hosted by myself, Neato, and also Widow.
Hey guys, we're also joined today by our fellow SSG members, Trihouse,
Hello there.
bringing back Veeds,
What's happening, guys?
and Sir Classy.
Yo.
It's our 10th episode today, and it's crazy to think we've been sitting down together and talking with you guys every week for this long, but it's been amazing so far. This week, we wanted to talk, of course, about the exciting end of NA Winter Split, some cool things you could possibly add to Rocket League, all about the holiday season, and life in general as we get closer to wrapping up 2020.
Yes. So, RLCS, the outcome, the predictions that everybody had kind of fell through, I'm assuming.
I was about to say, did anyone here call the Winter Split going the way it did the last couple days?
Oh man, I missed like all the streams. I haven't even.
Yeah, I missed most
Again,
of
I
them
put
too.
the link to the bracket, and you can kind of see how the story played out. Because it's kind of surprising to see the stark differences between how it went in NA and how it went in EU, and just the way things ended up. Because obviously, I mean, spoiler alert, we had two top teams at the end, NRG and Team MV. But despite NRG having this insane losers bracket run, they didn't pull through in the end. And it was just it was heartbreaking, but also just a testament to how good Team MV is. Were so solid the whole time.
It was the most exciting series I've ever watched live.
Oh man.
It was so good, and if you haven't gotten to see it, I whatever you know or don't know about it, you need to go back and watch it. It was
Well, now I know everything about it because
top-tier
somebody
Rocket
told
League.
me to click the link, man. Come on.
Just somebody.
I mean,
No,
it doesn't tell you like the way that they performed. I'm sure. Obviously,
my
when you
God.
see the series, it was intense and stuff like that. But we've like in Rocket League, there's always been like these crazy series that go to the final game. You know, the Game 7 series. But some are just way more intense than others. Some really tell a story. So I have to go back and watch it myself. I'm excited. I can't help myself. I see spoilers on Twitter all the time. But what were you saying, Veeds?
I was just gonna say, could you imagine? Because NRG needed to win 2 best of 7s. Imagine if it had have stayed the same. If they'd have, if it had gone to the second.
Oh my gosh.
and
If that had the bracket
I
reset,
know.
of
yeah.
the first series. It'd have been absolute. Imagine how like draining that would be for the players, because like again,
It had to be draining for them at that point anyway, though. Like, I cannot imagine how tired they were going into that. And I know that that's like what is expected of you. You know what I mean? But oh my God.
well, if I
Nah,
play-
just
Yeah.
another
play
night in ranked. No big deal.
If I play ranked for an hour, I feel drained. And then,
Yo, dude, I feel
They're
that
playing
too.
these-
He's like, I'm
You got
done.
them old man fingers, alright? You gotta swap
What?
them out with some of these bad boys. As I look at my own hands.
You need the floppy thumbs.
The expert
All right.
precision.
All right. Okay.
Get some of those titanium finger joints, alright? You'll be gaming for hours.
Yeah, no, but some of
need some of
the
those.
biggest upsets that happened. I mean, SSG lost to PK, which was, I think, unexpected by most people. I don't think that kind of paved the way for things that people were not expecting to happen. And then PK in the losers bracket knocked out G2 which was insane.
Yeah, everybody was freaking out about that.
And Alpine.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Alpine.
And
Yeah.
Alpine. It was just PK showed up. PK did such a good job this week, and that's not just biased because my roommate is coach for PK, but no, they really did. I think they paved a way for a lot of the upsets and shockers happening this week, but I think it was all around. Great.
Like, I hate to say it, but I think we're seeing a better version 1 as well with Com over AXB. And I like AXB as a player, but
Me too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think version
saying.
1 are looking a lot stronger now as well. Ghost looked pretty solid.
Oh, Rogue looked amazing too.
Rogue look, again, I hate to say it, but they look better without Kenobi. And it really has thrown a spanner in the works, because I think up until this regional, everyone was in the same sort of mindset of there being like a top 5, top 6 in NA. Maybe push it to a top 8, but there's so many teams now that have just come in and like flipped it on its head. Like SSG
Yeah.
just didn't
Show up.
show up.
We didn't win a series, right? It was like we went to the losers bracket and then immediately lost in the losers bracket. Right?
I think a lot of other teams are finding their footings because, like you were mentioning, all the other roster changers.
We did win 3 in the losers bracket, but we lost immediately the next day. Like, we lost the first game of the next day of the second.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
beat
beat
72 PC.
Oh,
we beat
and
Exa. We lost to the Knights.
Oh, the series
which also
versus
had a
XSET was
roster
actually
change.
pretty good. Never mind.
The series versus Exet was fantastic.
Yeah, Alpha Cap actually was Alpha Cap was scary.
Yep.
No, that was another roster change though. PK got Sosa, and they've been playing like this and performing like this since getting Sosa. I think that a lot of teams with these shuffles have kind of found where they're comfortable for now, and it's showing.
I think in a strange way, Plot Twist breaking up has done a lot for the league, like the league, if you will. I know it's not a league, but like
Their name is Plot Twist.
Those
and they
players
broke
going
up,
to
and now
different
there's a
teams. Yeah.
Plot Twist.
Yeah.
Get it?
But I do think if SSG had have come up against any other team than PK, they'd have made they'd have gone further. I do feel that. I think PK just came in hungry, and it proved they proved that because they went on to beat Alpine, then G2, and then fair enough they got 4-0'd by NRG, but NRG were on like a hot streak then as well.
Kind of
Yeah,
a
exactly.
touchy subject, but like with everything that was happening with like G2 yesterday, you see a lot of people saying like G2 was just having, some off games because Rogue originally, 4-1 G2, and then, PK beat G2 as well, and things like that. Do you guys think that, like in the realm of this, do you guys feel like G2 is just, having an off couple days, or do you feel like the other teams are just starting to get to the level that they're meant to be? I don't know. That's a lot of the conversations I see happening on social media is, well, G2 was just off, or no, other teams are starting to show up.
I mean, G2 was in the winners semifinal. It's not like they did terrible. Like, they were in the top 10 teams. So if they played slightly worse than normal, but other teams played better than usual. So it's like, I feel like G2's performance was acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, they got to where they should be. Or like, like SSG's performance, not acceptable. G2, right, like, nobody can be too angry about how they performed. Whereas other teams did just, I mean, this usually happens. At least one or two teams will upset a major top 4 team. And PK was that team this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I like that NA is wild, and I prefer it. I prefer that we have some spice on that's happening over here. I don't know, like,
It's
I
like-
feel
yeah.
I wasn't able I wasn't able to catch the games for Europe, but again, Team BDS literally just destroying everybody they come in contact with. There's like no competition.
did they?
Really? Truly. Every
Oh my-
series was 3-0, 3-0, 4-1, 4-0, 4-1 till the end. Like, they
How? I don't understand, because at that level, if people slip even a little bit, like Squishy was talking about this on his tweets, where it's like he's Squishy freaking Muffins, and he's like
so funny when you
he,
say the full name. Sorry.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's tweeting about how he needs to work on that. He needs to pay more attention on being a better teammate and stuff like that. And it's like, if you lose focus at all at that level, and you aren't practicing, if you relax for even a second, there's another team that is hungrier and will step up because they practiced that week and are peaking, and they'll come in and knock you down. And I just don't know how that hasn't happened to BDS yet. It's kind of nutty. Yeah, I don't know. They're just how they remain in a constant state of peak is beyond me.
It's true. Yeah, they just don't falter. There's no breaking them down yet. And that's the key word, you know. Who knows what kind of...
Wait for a LAN, EU. Sorry.
Right.
Oh my God, that was my favorite tweet I saw yesterday about the whole series, the grand final series. They were like, imagine watching that on LAN. Imagine that series on LAN.
Oh, it'd be insane.
No, true.
The scary thing about BDS though is that it's literally been this entire year, because they destroyed in the rival series as well at the start of the year.
They're just hoarding points.
They won
They
the
did?
EU rival series.
Did they?
Yeah, so they if it was still the old system, they were promoted to the regular RLCS league. But then obviously the whole format changed with RLCSX. And then
So
since
kind of
then, they've just been
diminished
on a-
their rise a little bit there. At first, it was like, oh well, you did well in RLRS, but you're just kind of in RLCS anyway.
But it's scary because they do kind of just look unbeatable. Like every team in NA at some point has like followed. Like they've slipped up in a series in an entire regional. BDS are just continuously just playing out of their minds. It's crazy. I don't know how to do it. I genuinely don't know how to do it.
It's because EU bad, NA good.
Try.
Well, so Rettles was saying, and then look what's happened with SSG.
I know, Karma had its kiss for him. That was the yikes. Yeah, he was like, on Twitter he was just like, well, kind of no excuse for that. That's my bad. Basically he was like, yeah, this
Right.
we'll see.
I mean, people
we
just,
bounce
you know,
back.
everyone's gonna take it so seriously whenever you don't own up to what you say. But you know, I do believe that they can get over it and, you know, show up when it counts. I mean, not to say that it didn't count before, but it was one of those things where, yeah, it's just like they bit off more than they could chew.
The issue with this, though, is that they came in as the split champions, and then they just flopped. So they need to really regain for the next regional, because if they don't, then it's going to look bad. Like, it's going to look very, very bad. And it's been like that, to be honest, since they picked up Rettles. They started off really hot. Then they had like a month or so where they dipped in form. And then they came back really hot again. And now again, they've seemingly dipped in form a bit. So it's
good for content, though.
I mean,
It's just
Really good for content.
it really is. Who do you think the strongest... I mean, obviously, naturally, you might want to say Envy, but who do you like genuinely believe is the strongest NA team right now?
Oh God, I know that they didn't show up against. I mean, they did show up. That's the thing about it. NRG had such an unbelievable lower bracket run, and I know that they got sent to the lower bracket, but like, it was insane. It was insane. Ghost had played so well, in my opinion, the entire series. Like, Ghost had made it to the winner's semis. The Ghost had played so well, and then NRG just dominated them when it came down to the lower bracket. NRG just dominated them, like, and they played V1 before that, and V1 had done such a good job until then, and NRG just came in and they're like, we've got it. And the Knights had done so amazing until they got to NRG.
Yeah.
And
NRG
you know,
was looking
Rogue had
good.
done so amazing until they got to NRG, and like, it was unbelievable It was absolutely unbelievable. And I really, really think that overall, they're the most to be worried about NA right now. I think the Knights definitely showed us that there's potentially a lot more to worry about. You know what I mean? Because they did absolutely incredible this run. I just say that the most I think you could be worried about right now is NRG because, yeah, I don't know.
Specifically, Justin. Jesus. Justin. The games I caught.
Oh my God.
Justin was like, oh, what's this? There's a bounce off the ceiling. I'm just going to go low flip reset this. And like he like pre-jumped a flip reset. It was the nuttiest thing I've ever seen.
I think it was against PK where there was one point the casters were like, hey, here's how many points or overall like whatever Justin has this series. Here's however many points the other team has, and he had more.
Yeah.
It was.
Well,
Ju-
so
yeah,
just to
Justin-
see where your guys' loyalties lie, all right? I'd say SSG coming in hot. It's going to whip some stuff up, and, I'm going to be expecting a pay raise for
next
saying
regional,
that. Thank you.
Yeah, next regional.
This one definitely was energy.
Yeah.
No, we have some work to do, and I think it's okay to admit that. And I'm not saying that they're not going to come back, and they just have more potential that they didn't bring this time around. But I think that's the thing about Rocket League, like, just comes to the day. You hear it all the time. I think that's like a go-to saying in Rocket League. It just comes to the day and how you're feeling, and there could be one thing, an outside factor in your life that just kills the mindset.
Yep.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say again, like Widow was saying, NRG, and the way that I was gonna say earlier, just the way that Justin is like an extension of his car. I've seen him go in streams, like from playing on his controller to his mouse and keyboard, not skipping a beat, still the same mechanically gifted person. Obviously, he'd probably deny it, but like it seems like he has a connection in his brain that is just like my Rocket League car, and he doesn't have to think about things; it just happens, you know. That's why he's so good, and a lot of that level is being in that state of mind all the time. And if you break out of it for a second, you start faltering, but. Nah, that kid is a machine. A lot of them are just so cracked. I don't know how else to describe it.
I think he had tweeted about like the first day when they were kind of having some rough games or whatever. Too, that like when he'd set up to like, turn his computer on, like one of his monitors just wasn't working anyway. And he was having all kinds of like computer issues as well and still played out of his mind. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just like when half of your life is spent like playing that game, it's like, I don't know. I'm envious of people who started playing really, really young.
Me too.
Obviously, I'm not saying that I, regret half of my life because I wasn't playing a carball game, but it would be cool to have that
regret half of my
experience.
life because I wasn't playing a carball game.
I mean, yeah.
I've got boomer reflexes now. It's like
it's when I think the time that I started playing Rocket League was very crucial and like helped me kind of. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it was just a bad time and it helped me get out of that. So, I'm sure it was like that for a lot of these kids too that go into spend hours and hours and hours on these games.
Yeah, I think gaming in general is just a great way of getting some peace of mind from like other stuff bothering you and whatnot, and that's why I think a lot of people get into it quite young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just helps you escape reality.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence coming in hot. Let's get that virtual reality going, guys.
oh my
I don't know
goodness.
if anyone
yes,
here
please.
actually watches anime. Does anyone here like actually watch anime?
Yeah.
I do. And
Okay,
I don't,
so
but yeah.
Have you ever seen SAO? Like Sword
Yeah.
Art Online. So Rainey and I were talking about this the other day. I cannot wait until we get to that level of VR where we can just get lost in a world, like just
Where
laying
we
down,
can
just pop a
die?
VR headset. Well, no,
What the
not
fuck
the
is
ones
wrong
that are
with you,
hacked
Widow?
by fucking crazy, insane, tech junkies that want to murder you. No, not the SAO. No, I just mean VR games where you can literally put on a headset, lay down, and then just go explore a world.
I want Pokemon.
Widow
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first
I
time
need
testing that
Pokemon in my
out.
life.
Yeah.
Gets demoed. It's over.
It gets she's like,
you
I
guys-
wanna
Rocket
get demo.
League.
Are
I
you-
wanted
are-
this world and it's Rocket League.
Are any of you guys getting any VR sets for Christmas, or a PS5 or a Series 1 or whatever they're called?
I wish for a PS5. Yeah.
I'd like
That I'm
a PS5, but they're sold out
I'm,
literally everywhere though. Like it's so hard to get them.
I was gonna get one, but then so I could do like some testing for Rocket League and maybe make some content out of it is my excuse. But the native version of, or it's not gonna have 120 FPS Rocket League on launch. It's the Xbox will, but apparently in order to do it for the PS5, it's not. So with the Xbox, the backwards compatibility, they basically, it's the same version of Rocket League just on Xbox. They basically have to make a whole new port to bring it to PS5 in order for it to be
Upgraded.
120 FPS. But I don't understand how it works, because I know for a fact on the PS4, if you turn off VSync, you get 70 FPS in game. I know that. So it's like, I know it can go over 60. So I'm not quite sure what the limitations are.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just weird that it's going to be capped at 60.
That's a problem for a lot of developers on the PS5 apparently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the
Like-
short term, it's going to hurt them in that regard.
Yeah.
That's the issue with PlayStation in general, though, is that they've since the original PS3, they've not
Yeah.
really bothered with backwards compatibility. Whereas Xbox has
Yep.
always had it in mind, so
Right.
they've been like planning the right route with it for years, whereas Sony apparently haven't. But we shall
Yeah,
see.
I don't get that. It's because they want you to buy the new system. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, obviously there's no forward compatibility. You can't play PS5 games on a PS4. But I don't see what the advantages are of restricting your player base.
It's the
Yeah,
same with
I don't know.
crossplay. They were
Swear.
always like seemingly out of like Sony or PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo, or PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. Apparently, it was always like PlayStation that were the ones like delaying everything as well. So it's weird
Yeah.
that they don't really want to play ball with it. But I mean, I'm a bit of
Yeah.
a PlayStation fanboy.
Well, 'cause it's kind of- Me too. And it's weird that they kind of like, because I would pay money right now to buy PlayStation versions, or to buy PlayStation 1 games on my PS4. And they've got some, sure. But I just set up my PS2 in the wife and I's room, because modern TVs don't have VGA ports anymore. So I had to go set it up on our old TV in the room, and it's just so I could play a PlayStation 1 game. And I was like, I would pay $40. I'd pay $40 for a shitty version of a PlayStation 1 game. And because they have no backwards compatibility, I've got to go frickin' use a TV from NOM in order to play a PlayStation game. Really, it kind of, sorry, I'm
Specifically in the Rocket League community, people talk about it all the time with SARP, like how they'd love to play it or check it out or try it, and they can't.
Oh yeah, because it's only PS3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And
Apparently-
I think it's. Sorry, what were we saying?
You're good. I was just gonna say, apparently, Kevin's brother, my fiance Kevin's brother, has SARP on his PS3 at his house, and I was really curious about it because I've never played, so I might go over at some point and actually play that version of the game.
It's got to be horrible, right?
Yeah, but people like Kronovi and Linkadoo and people like that who got their start in that game were able
People
to do
like
some
me,
pretty
yo. I played
Yeah.
SARP. Let's go.
You did?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
man.
awesome. Yeah, like they could make something out of it. Like it was something. That's why it became Rocket League, you know?
That's where I really first, got into like driving forwards and backwards and jump here and there. Like,
Wow.
if I
Are
didn't
the
have that
mechanics the
experience,
exact same?
no, they're not.
Oh, because there's no flip resets.
Yeah, but
can
just
you
the
fly?
controls in general. Yeah, but it's way wonkier. Rocket League is way better, all right? If you touch Sharp, you're going to be like, oh, that was fun. And then, like, 2 minutes later, you're going to put it down and be all like, all
Put it
right,
down
back to
forever.
Rocket League.
Also, is it
Okay,
gonna
so
be
it's like
capped at
Super
30
Smash
FPS?
Brothers before Super Smash Brothers Melee. Got it.
I guess so.
Because if you play the old Smash Bros, there's none of like the Smash Bros mechanics
Melee is good,
that you would
though.
now see. Oh yeah, Melee's the best. But I'm talking about the Nintendo 64 one, where it was like,
Yeah.
it was like
even
by
remember that
today's
one.
standards, hot garbage. There's no power A's. There's no like, yeah, it's rough. It's a rough concept, and then it just caught on, and Melee is like a work of art, and by comparison.
Right. Did you hear? I don't know if any of you. We can touch on it really quickly, but did you hear about how Big House got canceled? Which is a Melee tournament that they usually do
Yeah.
in person, but because of COVID, they had to try and do something online. But they had to use like these. Essentially, I think they're just mods that allowed you to play Melee online with better internet than Nintendo allows you to have. But yeah, they ended up getting like a cease and desist from Nintendo themselves, saying like you can't host this event like 2 days before the event was supposed to go on or something. And all this money and all this like branding and whatever had gone into it, and people were invited to go and prize pools were set, and then they said no, you can't do it because it something about damaging the integrity of the game or some stupid.
Bro,
It was really
Nintendo,
petty.
eat a dick.
Yeah, no, it's
Eat a dick.
it's the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah, so Melee
Nintendo
couldn't
has
have Big
one
House this year.
esport. Nintendo has one esport, and they're just like disrespected it like that.
They want
Money hungry.
people to play Ultimate, their newer version. I feel like that's like the underneath incentive. At least that's what people tend to lean towards. It's like they don't want to continue providing funding for Melee because they feel as if that they have made something better, and it's really kind of a weird dynamic, honestly. I don't understand the gatekeepiness that Nintendo has over a community that loves that game so much. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Well, Nintendo, the only reason Nintendo is alive is because of how aggressively they pursue their intellectual properties. Like,
yeah.
if you take away Mario from Nintendo, you don't have a company. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have Mario, like Sony doesn't have a Mario. Sony's just got like a really good system
I
and
was
a
trying to
really
think
good.
of a
Spider-Man's
Mario.
trying.
They have Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's trying.
But they
That's
but they
not
Spider-Man.
Sony's.
No, but yeah.
It doesn't have like that historically like that game that it's like Xbox
Little
has
Big Planet.
Halo, for example.
I was about to say Halo is probably Xbox's.
Halo's
as far
been
as,
around for what, like
shooters.
20 years
Master Chief.
Did you guys
Yeah,
not play
I
Little Big Planet?
now. I did,
Little Big
but I
Planet's the
got bored
best,
of it.
but that's like.
There's a new
But
one
Little
out,
Big
actually.
Planet isn't half as cool as Mario, like, or doesn't
See-
have half the legacy. You know what I
You
mean?
can
Yeah, because
customize
they're
the
different
mustache.
style games. Because like I went and specifically bought a PS4 so I could play like The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2.
Oh, they're
But again,
amazing.
it's not something that's
Is
like
Spyro
stood
on PS4?
forever, and it's not something for everyone.
Yeah.
No, Spyro's on everything.
Oh, Spyro's on everything?
Oh.
Okay, I thought Spyro was specifically for Sony.
It's
Final
Crash
Fantasy
Bandicoot.
VII,
No,
the
I play
remake.
Crash
Spyro on
Bandicoot.
PC now.
Sarp.
The Final Fantasy franchise.
Crash Bandicoot's
is
on Steam as
exclusive.
well.
Oh, the new Final Fantasy. I don't know if any of you guys like Final Fantasy, but the new
It's my
one,
favorite video game.
Final Fantasy 16 looks incredible from what I've seen in the trailer and stuff.
There's a
It's
trailer.
Trihouse's favorite game.
Wait,
Sorry,
what?
I'll look it up later.
Wait,
Oh, no.
try. You have not
You said
seen the
Trihouse.
Final Fantasy 16 trailer? Please
Let's all
watch
watch it together.
Aw, no, we can't.
No.
We're on a podcast.
it. Please.
Has some sort of copyright
Unless
somewhere.
somebody is going to word for word describe exactly what's happening in every moment, which I doubt any of you
Kids.
do. No, we're not.
He picks up a giant sword.
Fade in from black.
Yo, okay, speaking of things we can imagine and try and describe, why don't we try and describe some of our dream cosmetics in Rocket League? Like,
You
what kind
nailed
of...
that somewhere.
I really did.
Segue.
That one was really good. I'm really proud of that one.
That was a dunk.
Let's move on. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about like something that we've always wanted in the game that's just not in there. As far as cosmetics,
this was low key my idea. So I'm gonna start us off. All right.
do it.
Star Wars
cars in Rocket League. Boom.
That's gotta be some sort of
We
like
gotta be a
legal
partnership.
nightmare.
We've got to partner with Disney.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean Star Wars cars?
Okay,
Like
well,
a
this
pod
is my
racer?
idea, right? Like we've always had cars.
Fortnite did it, right?
Screw cars, man. Why do we
Millennium
need
Falcon?
cars in Rocket League? We can have like spaceships.
Little TIE fighters.
Yeah, little like hovering the things.
No, they got to be pod racers. If they were
exactly,
if they
yeah.
were gonna do that, it would have to be a pod racer.
Nah,
Wait,
what the
you're not
Millennium
crazy.
Falcon, man?
You're-
Fortnite has had a Star Wars.
I was about to say,
Wait,
we're
wait.
epic now.
Wait, think about this though. If they partner with Disney, it's not just Star Wars. Like, think of every car in Disney.
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yo.
Well,
Dis-
yeah, Fortnite's done all of these already, so that means it could potentially come to Rocket League.
And they did say, I don't know if you guys touched on it. Oh no, it was just after you recorded, wasn't it?
It was just after the podcast.
Stuff. The NFL stuff that they announced for Fortnite, and then they said that there's going to be NFL stuff in Rocket League. So everything that
Decals.
Fortnite
I'm just
gets,
saying.
Rocket
Classy
League's gonna
said
get.
it first. He's gonna get a pod racer.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All right, we don't need wheels anymore.
We have grown past the need for
I'm not
wheels.
gonna lie though,
You're a
it'd be
coach.
really weird to have a wheel hit on a pod racer. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
Random
okay.
flip resets.
Classy, you're gonna be
wheels there.
analytical for videos.
have
Explain to me a flip
evolved
reset
fast.
without wheels.
All right, you have a big button on the underside of your car or your
you
spaceship.
just gotta
rather.
hit that button.
All right, let's just forget about the car
Just a big
concept.
red button.
all right? Just a big red button, and all you gotta do is just give the ball a big old hump in the air, and you press the button.
Wait, no. In all seriousness, though, I would genuinely be down for that sort of stuff to get.
It would be
together.
it would be way more visual. All right, like you'd know when you get a flip reset because the button would like
I guess though.
make a click
What,
sound.
why would there be a giant button on the bottom of this Star Wars ship?
You sound so upset.
I am very upset.
Wait, no. Wait. In all seriousness, it could actually work because if you think of the DeLorean, the wheels flip inside.
That I can imagine.
That's
but
what
not
I'm saying.
A giant, yeah, but you're putting too much thought into it. Too much creative
but, like,
liberties
You're
here.
not putting enough thought
Wait,
into it.
I
Remember,
need a
with
TIE fighter,
partnerships
I
and
need
liberties,
Millennium
we won't be
Falcon.
able to make alterations.
Hey,
Right.
all I'm saying is, all right, hover technology should enter Rocket League. All right, there we go.
Hover technology. That's a good way to put it. Then.
Yeah.
That is a lot more than a cosmetic. That's a whole new mechanical.
That's a
whole
whole
new
new
physics.
game.
Because they only need to
No,
make
no,
the
no,
cars
That's
look
Rocket
like
League
they're
2.
floating. The cars
Oh,
only need
just
to look like
As
they're floating.
if they're floating. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it's still like a car. Like it's still technically
Okay.
on the ground. It's just floating.
Right,
It should
right.
actually be super trippy.
I
I
mean,
would
they've
play
done
with
it
a pod
before.
racer.
Have you ever had that glitch where your wheels don't appear and you're just in your menu
Boom,
and
baby.
your wheel,
Leaked mechanic right there, or cosmetic. Yes.
they can just remove
Heard it
the
here first
wheels.
on the Scuffed Cast.
Yeah.
Okay,
No
so we
need
got
to
the
touch
Star
the ground.
Wars wheels.
Wait, imagine
well,
if
who
this
else
gets
had
announced.
ideas?
I want
Oh my
Underglow.
gosh.
I want Underglow. I've seen it possible with Baki's mod. I would love for them to add it in. Imagine that being, everyone talks about how the rewards get recycled. Imagine if they're just like, you get Underglow as a reward. It's the way they introduce it. I think it would be fantastic.
If it was,
That's
if
way
it
too
looked
smart
better
for them
than
to do
what
that.
than Baka's mod, then I'd allow it. I just don't like how it's a circle under your car. I'd like it for it to be
Oh,
as if
yeah, I
it was
mean,
like
like,
a shadow
official.
of your car. Like if it was
Yeah.
like a little bit glowing.
way
They
they
could
do
go
it in,
crazy with
GTA.
designs. They could
Yeah,
go
right,
crazy
right.
with designs as well.
No, you need
Right.
literal lights underneath the car. That's what you
Right,
need.
right.
Yeah, they start with lights, but then
Yeah.
they go to like some crazy black market stuff.
Ooh.
I don't know what it could.
I want,
Like-
while we're talking about cosmetics though, one thing that I do want, I think Trihouse has touched on this in a previous episode about, how we talked about rotating maps in and like having a map every week or something different. For like a game mode or whatever. For these partnerships that we're having, I'd love for them to introduce like a temporary map that's different than like just the normal Rocket League changing colors. Like say if we had the NFL partnership, if we got an NFL stadium to play on.
I'd love to see licensed stadiums, not just NFL. Like, but the thing, like licensed.
Yeah,
stadiums,
no,
it's
but
up-
yeah, like that was just an example.
The only one they've got is the Hot Wheels.
Right.
And then it's not in
stadium.
rotation. I love using it during private matches. I don't know why they don't keep that one in rotation. I love it. It's so pretty.
But they could definitely do
it's a
like
good
an American football, or to you guys, just football inspired arena with lines across the pitch with the
Yeah,
yard
lines
markings.
and
With Dallas Cowboys star in the middle.
Oh, that would look so
gotta-
cool.
like I think
gotta
yeah,
have-
stuff like that. Like I think it would look really cool. Like if we ever had our Star Wars partnership instead of just having Star Wars decals or like items or things like that. You know what I mean? If it actually was designed to look like you were on the Death Star or like you were on like the pod racing area.
Death
You know
Star
what I mean?
blew up. All right. Not a chance.
Wait, spoilers.
Oh my gosh, classy.
Wait, what
Spoilers,
is
the
Good
movies
try,
have been out for
nerds.
like ever. All right.
It's
You
the
get
same
what
with
I'm
Fortnite
saying?
though. The Fortnite, they could have put us in the Fortnite world when they did the Fortnite event. Like actually
Yeah,
have the
like,
arena
could you-
in like I can't think what.
Like
yeah.
I want map changes like that for events. I
I
just want like a
want-
temporary map that you don't have to play in. You don't have to play in main. You don't have to worry about it screwing you up when you're queuing threes. You know what I mean? But for the event, you get a map for the event. I think that would make it less complicated.
I want
We'll
the
see.
Rumble item be laser saber sword.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
classy.
you just pull out.
You got
just
an
pull
agenda
out-
here, bro.
I
You
just
just pull
got
out
Disney
your
Plus.
lightsaber
all right?
and you
I've been
cut
watching
your
Star Wars.
opponent's car in half.
Is it your first? I bet it's your first time watching as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because I'm 5, dude.
There's
Hey, a lot
people
of
who
people-
don't
Hey,
watch
man.
Star Wars.
I've seen Star Wars many times.
Oh,
many
actually, wait,
times.
I've got a question for you guys. And I see it going around doing its rounds on Twitter. Where do you put Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars?
Don't do this
Lord,
to me.
Lord of the Rings, Star
Lord
Wars,
of the
Harry Potter.
Rings first. No. Yes.
Harry,
and then Star Wars and then Harry Potter, I would say.
I would say
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars.
I mean, Harry Potter might be higher. Star Wars is.
I like them all.
It was-
No, I have to.
I like the
It
books.
was
more
Lord of the
Rings is
than
the one.
than the movies on Harry
Yes,
Potter.
100%.
Oh, the Lord of the
100%.
Rings books are better than the movies as well.
Yeah, I was like, they're all better.
Right. The books.
And Star Wars has crazy depth to its lore.
I think if I had watched Star Wars as a kid, I didn't watch Star Wars until I was like 20.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so I think if I had watched Star Wars as a kid, it would have been very
Yeah.
different for me. But like Harry Potter, the first book came out when I was in kindergarten, and the last movie came out the summer after I graduated high school. So it was literally the like
You grew
reach
up
of my
with it.
entire childhood. I grew up with Harry Potter. Like our
Yeah,
teacher
that's
was
fair.
allowed, before she got in trouble, was allowed to read us the book in
You know-
kindergarten.
you know-
and then I graduated to watch the movie. So
It's like
You know
people
what?
now growing up with the Marvel series. All the
Right.
Marvel movies.
I think I'm putting Harry
Pain.
Potter before Star Wars now just because of that Harry Potter video game. Do you guys remember
oh my
that
god,
one?
it looks so good.
Oh well, they're
I was
I
watching
don't.
Are they
the
coming
trailer
out of
this
a?
morning.
They're coming out with a new one for sure? Because I thought they were like
Yeah,
teasing that
it's
for the longest
Hogwarts.
They
time.
shared that. There's a new
Something
trailer out. There's a new trailer out.
Yeah, I think we touched on it before, but
Hogwarts
that-
Academy.
the
I think there's a
something
newer
it's
one.
called.
the
I can't
one
remember.
before, I think it was on PlayStation, but I'm not 100% sure. But it was an EA Sports game, and it was just amazing. I
Okay,
remember
so
playing
since-
it.
Yeah,
That
there's a
game
new one
was
coming out
sick.
based in the 1800s.
Since
Yeah.
we're talking about this, yeah. What's your guys' all-time favorite game?
Oh,
Period.
no.
That isn't Rocket League. I'd have
Final
to say
Fantasy
Skyrim.
7.
Final Fantasy 10.
Skyrim.
Nerd.
10 for me, Chai.
It's okay. Blitzball's pretty cool.
Wait, 10. You got to admit 10's good. Like it's one of the better.
10's good. It's too linear for me. But yeah.
Nah, I don't know if
Middle
it's
You guys
Tower
don't have
Defense 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Balloons.
Bloons, dude, it's god tier. No,
Tetris,
but
yeah.
I think my favorite game of all time. I think it has to be Zelda Twilight Princess, simply because I have
Oh, that's
probably
right.
the
We
most
talked about that.
hours in this game. Just simply because of the sheer amount of hours I put into it. I would just like play it over and over and over again.
I have
And-
to
Yeah, I
admit
remember
it.
you told us
I don't
about
know,
that.
like playing. I like. I like being Dog Link. Wolf
Supporter
Link.
creator applications are opening today on Rocket League.
Get on it.
I've still not
Get
got
on
mine.
it.
I need to get on that.
Yeah, you
Yo,
should.
Widow, what's your favorite game?
Mine, either the original Spyro the Dragon or Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh.
See, now I'm
Yeah.
conflicted because do I go with nostalgia where it's something like Final Fantasy 10?
Yeah, like if it was when I was younger, it was the first Spyro game. But if it was a game that I first got like lost in, it would be Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Like I remember one of the first games that I I used to play. Oh, my dog's barking. I don't know if you can hear.
Nope, can't hear.
Back in the day, like I used to play like Star Fox and stuff like that. But the first game that I truly got into was
true.
Tekken 3. The first,
Oh my
first
gosh.
PlayStation game I ever had was Tekken 3. And it
Bro,
was,
Tekken 3 was so good.
It was, it was incredible. It was
I
incredible.
hear the passion in your voice there.
It was
Oh
actually
my
incredible.
gosh, I have that game like 10 feet away from me in a little folder. Oh, it's so good.
It's amazing. But there's so many. I don't know if I could pick one.
Dude,
like right now.
Same, Veeds. I'm thinking about Pokemon Sapphire. I'm thinking about Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube.
Yeah,
Oh
if
my
we're
God.
going like Game Boy, all the Pokemon games, like obviously.
Just,
I
like,
put Pokemons
so much
all together.
games.
like,
You guys
Yeah,
have all
I-
these
yeah.
old ass games. Like,
I just have a certain
the way-
versions that I would play over and over again.
If we're talking like
Hogwarts Legacy will be on everything.
Legacy, that's the one, not Academy. I was thinking it's like Academy.
It's coming out next year and it will be on
Yo,
everything.
Pokemon and Rocket League though.
screw the Star Wars.
No
space
Charmander.
That never
Pokemon.
happened.
Pokemon.
screw the Star Wars.
No Charmander though, am I right with that?
Shut up, Veeds.
Yeah, nobody likes Charmander.
No Manders.
Bulbasaur mains.
Just Pikachu. Only Pikachu.
I like us bullying Widow instead of me. This is fun.
It probably would just be Pikachu and Eevee, to be
I
honest.
just got a new Charmander. Why wouldn't it be the starters? How dare you?
'Cause
It
it's
would
like-
be the starters.
They-
It would be
starters.
Pikachu. It would be Charmander,
They would make us do the
Bulbasaur,
new
Squirtle, and
starters.
Pika.
They would make
No,
us
they
do the
would,
new
and I
ones.
would be
And they,
so upset.
They do drops where you get like a random like Pokemon.
Pokeball?
Yeah, like a Pokeball drop.
Now
You
you're
get,
just
a-
like Pixelmon, but it's like Rocket.
Bro.
It's like Pokemon League now. We're literally
Imagine
making.
imagine instead of opening golden pumpkins, you open Pokeballs.
Imagine having a
we're
little
getting-
tiny
we're
pet
getting
that
too
ran
excited.
next to you in your car, and it was a
decal
Pokemon.
for this.
I want
Oh, God.
Charmander as a card topper. You have ruined my life right now because I'm never going to enjoy Rocket League until I have Charmander sitting on top
Speaking
of my
of which,
car.
back
What
to
about a
Rocket League, this
decal
do
for
be
the
a-
Scarab that's a Pokeball? Like,
And then you could have Fire Boost. Oh, sure.
oh.
Wait, we're
Just
getting too
every
excited
card.
for something that's likely literally never gonna happen.
But that's the whole segment. Dream cosmetics.
if
It's our
that ever
dream.
happens-
Yeah,
So-
but Nintendo would
Nintendo
never.
ex-
You could only watch it, but you could only play it on Switch. It'd be the way the
I'm
Mario Kart
just
is.
doing Switch content. I don't care.
Yep, we're switching to the Switch. We're
switching.
switching.
It's got to be done.
Where I only play on the Switch.
And
We
what
found
I'll
out
do is
All
we
the
spend-
input lag.
Yeah,
Well, I'll
right.
do
We
it.
spend years and years like just trying to perfect the Switch and like trying to play on like 144 hertz with the Switch plugged in and like all this other like crazy stuff.
Just so we can use the
Hands
cosmetics.
down, you would be the top 10 players on the Switch easily.
yeah, we have.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like,
I always
Wait, what was
snigger
Veeds?
when someone.
Fees was gonna say something.
I'll go for a Veeds.
I don't know.
Okay, well I'll go.
We lost him.
I was gonna say something before the Pokemon talk, which I'll get back to.
Ball skins. All right.
What?
Wait, what?
Classy. Classy.
Ball skins
Bro, it's
in
not-
Rocket League. We need
You
them.
can't just come out and say ball skins and expect us back.
Bro, you gotta warn us before you start
please get
singing
some
I know
ball
the new
skins.
Twitter caption for
In
this
Rocket
week.
League. Like, what the hell?
Talking about
my
ball
God.
skins.
No, in all
man.
fairness, I do agree. Like
Yeah.
the thing that made me think about that was the I don't know if any of you saw the Pulse Invitational like freestyle tournament. And
Yeah, they have custom balls.
yeah, they had the black and they had the black.
Oh,
and
you
yellow
want some
ball.
black balls? Is that what you're saying? Veeds? Black and yellow
Jesus.
balls. You should go check that out.
Yeah. Get SSG themed. Sorry, we're good. We're good.
good? We're
On
good?
the subject of SSG themed, they need to start doing. I don't know who it was that did the design, but I remember seeing a G2 designed arena for
What?
Oh
somebody
yeah,
did like
that's somebody.
they designed like a thing that would look really cool for RLCS where it's like team based like arenas all the way. It's like it could be like half
Oh,
and
like
half.
home team and away team?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
And
so
It'd
amazing.
be so good. Like say like for SSG, like they've got like in NFL where they've got the badge, the logo in the middle of the pitch, and then they've got like
Oh, that'd be so
all the
good.
eggs in the arena get turned like gold and black and white. It'd look so sick.
I want spaceships instead of eggs in the arena.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
You just
Yeah,
want
I'm
like
done.
he
I'm
just
done, I'm
wants
done,
like
I'm done.
he wants like Jabba the Hutt and
The egg viewer huts.
I bet you know what? I bet you they could do those custom arenas in for the grid. You know how they have the custom overlays.
That
and
would
stuff like
actually be incredible because it might be too much work to set up for
that. Or LCS.
RLCS.
But for the
oh
grid,
for the grid. it would
Especially
be
if they
good.
get a server that works. That's like,
they could definitely try to do that. I don't know how cosmetically it would be demanding. Like I don't know if the pros would agree to that, but they
the other thing with it is, do you do it like the full arena is for one team, or do you do it half and half? Half and half would be
no.
because the pros would be like there'd be no complaint surely with that, right? If it was like half and half.
Well,
then
but
it'd
that's
look
not
good.
how arenas are IRL.
It's not.
You
but
know?
How would you determine home and away teams? I mean, winners and
play-
losers brackets. That's fair
Oh,
enough.
true.
Because
I guess you're broadcasting the same game to two different sides of the grid. I forget that. I don't know the answer to that unless the cosmetics would only be like on the spectator side. so,
Client
like,
side.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be weird. I don't really have a solution for that. I'm just dreaming.
it could work if they went back to like a league play system where it's like you play each team twice, and you've got a home and away match against each team. Something.
Or maybe
like
they could do a highest seed against the no, because then the highest seed would have home arena every time.
Like for example, yesterday, Envy would have been the home team in the final because they came through the
Or-
winners bracket.
Or they do it like they would. How do they do it with playoff games in like the NFL? How do they decide?
It's just based on.
Man, I
it's
couldn't
based
imagine
on
having to
your
travel so far.
your win to loss
Record?
ratio, right? Yeah, your record.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do it. They would have to decide.
Because it's
And then
seeding,
like the
isn't it?
Super Bowl is played in a neutral stadium. So it's like whoever was the previous tournament host would have to. Well, actually,
Dude,
I
this
think
is so
every Super Bowl they
complicated
like
for
change
Rocket
it.
League. this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, this is why this isn't a thing yet because
Right,
they're like,
exactly. I was thinking like, wait, we are getting way too deep into this.
and if the format changed, they would have to change
Right,
how they do this too,
everything,
which
yeah.
It
is
would be incredible to see though. Like it'd be.
it would be.
It'd be cool if they could
And-
change the egg colors. I think that's a good idea. Like if you could see the map kind of change colors and the egg colors would change, and maybe you could see their logo like spray painted on the field or something. You
I'm
know?
honestly surprised
Yeah.
they've not even done where like in private match you can change the team colours. I'm honestly surprised they've not done that yet, but they do like sticking with the orange and blue theme. Like
I bet you the
throughout
pros
it.
They
don't
do.
like it. They bet you they're just like, no, just keep it standard, keep it standard. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
Also, just
because
with
if a
the
team
mindset
was
of it all.
black or like sometimes when this tournaments when the team color is black,
it's like really.
it's like the
dark
color
and-
the color of the car, you can completely lose it
Yeah.
on the field. It'll just blend in. In my opinion, I find it so distracting.
I want to see a 5v5 game mode with big map.
I
people
would
have thought
like to
about
see
that.
a
And
bigger
spaceships.
arena, to be honest.
And spaceships. Don't forget those.
I'd like to see hoops
Yeah.
on a bigger version of the hoops arena.
You shut your slut mouth. How dare you?
Dude, they're like, we need a bigger hoops arena, and I'm like, Trihouse's brain would break.
I think they
Are you
should just
kidding
like
me?
shut down hoops. I mean,
It's only because you don't know how to play
that.
3v3.
He triggered him.
No, hoops is perfect.
No,
you
but
don't touch
3v3,
it.
3v3, like a bigger arena for 3v3.
You know what? I'll allow that.
I just need more
3v3
hoops
on the
maps.
current
I love the hoops
terrible.
map, but I
seen
would
a
love
lot
to
of
see
people
3v3
more.
hoops is a
travel.
disease.
You should play 4v4 on the hoops map. It's chaos.
No way. I could imagine. So little boost.
I want to see
It'd be-
hoops with official basketball rules.
What?
How? Oh wait.
What?
Free throws
gotta-
and stuff, yeah?
Oh yeah, the point system. I thought about that too. Like hoops with like if you like boomed it across the map, it would count as like a.
Oh,
if it was like
3-pointers
backboard to
and stuff.
backboard, it'd be a 3-pointer. If it was like from
I
past half
mentioned that
court,
before. It'd be
two
cool to see
points.
like extra points.
Yeah.
Wait, that
Oh
was
yeah,
actually
they haven't even done a game mode that's like that where. They've never done that where. It's
Oh,
always been one goal equals one goal.
Right.
There's
I mean, it
never
makes
been
sense.
a multiplier.
Wait, now you've
Right,
just
right.
got my brain hurting thinking about an NFL arena where there's the end zone and the
Extra point.
score. Yeah,
Oh my God.
Your field goal.
How do you get a
Well, 'cause I was
touchdown when
thinking
you
about
have to
field
like
goals.
dribble it into the field goal? Like, but you can't just hit it
Yeah.
over there. You'd have to like be holding it somehow. Spikes, like spike
Well, because
rush. Spike rush football.
they track. They already track in game what is a long shot, right? Or what do they call it?
Long.
I don't know.
Long shot.
Yeah, long shot. I
Long
think.
shot.
It's like a long shot. So they already track the length of shot.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be. I don't think it would be too far of a stretch for them to calculate 3-pointers.
True.
You know.
Yeah, but for football, like the spike rush would work really well with football because you can hold on to the ball.
Yeah, and so it's like if you rush it in. Honestly, rushing in should be worth more because it's actually. You have to like basically disrespect the entire team in jukes.
Yep. I mean, that's what
to get
football
it
is,
in.
isn't it? Like if you're,
Yeah,
if you're
well,
getting
that's why I like it.
defenders. Right. Just
Yeah.
shoot.
Dude, Spike Rush, honestly, every time I do a Spike Rush tournament, I at least get 3 or 4 clips because that mode is made for memes. And it is so funny. Oh God, I think it's the most underrated mode. Everybody talks about Heat Seeker like it's a prodigy, and I'm like, I'm so over Heat Seeker.
I will say
every time I play it, yeah.
I only like Spike Rush on throwback. I don't like. it
Oh,
on regular
yeah.
Arenas.
Yeah, when they brought Spike Rush out on the regular arenas, I was
Livid.
if you guys remember that podcast, I was ready to flip a table.
I remember.
I was pretty
remember.
livid.
I'm kind of surprised we've only seen like one thing of limited time modes this season. Given that it's like there's like an entirely new player base, I thought they would have done like more limited time modes. Like we've not seen the Boomer limited time mode. We've not seen anything. Like there was.
Yeah.
What was the event where they had them? Was it Halloween?
Halloween, they had Heat Seeker and Spike Rush.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
just
because
waiting
it was
on
on
Christmas.
the night maps. Yeah.
I just don't think they have enough. Yeah, they just don't have enough employees yet to be cranking. Because I know for a fact they only have 2 guys that are in charge of making LTMs, and those 2 guys, that's not their job. Their job is like other networking stuff, and when they've got free time, they're like, okay, go make a new LTM or go play around and see what you can find.
Limited time mode.
And yeah, so it's like, I mean, that's what the case was probably 3 or 4 months ago at least. I couldn't see that changing yet because the rate at which Psyonix hires people is glacial at best.
Yeah,
Thought
it's
it
been a
would have
pretty
changed,
rigorous
though,
transition.
once Epic took over. I genuinely did.
Well, Epic's been like at the Epic merger has been done for over a year. Like, I remember at TwitchCon it was already done, and that was, yeah, TwitchCon was like 12 months ago or 13 months ago. So they're just like, Psyonix is very picky about who they hire, and it seems they're hesitant to hire people from the community.
Which makes
But
no sense
that's-
to me. Like, it's the people that know your
Yeah.
game best. But
Well,
Just imagining you try meeting some shady dude in a back alley to discuss some Rocket League. Updates.
that's another reason you go to LANs, because you get to talk to the developers like firsthand,
Yeah,
and you're
you
like,
get to meet everybody.
and they're like, should I have told you that? And I'm like, oh, that's
you should
that's
tell
your
me
thing,
more,
dude.
sir.
right, like one of the drink.
Please. Yeah.
Nah, but it's always that's one of those things, just that human connection and just being like, I exist and I love your game. Thank you for making it. And they're like, oh, cool. You're welcome.
Yeah, and they're like, we'll include you in the Rocket Pass giveaways. And I was like, sweet.
just got
For real, that's how you got it?
That's how I'm pretty sure
Just
that's how
TwitchCon.
I was able to get people when I first got the Rocket League giveaways. It was like either the first or I think it was like the second round they were doing them, and they're like, "How did you?" And I was like, "I just went to RLCS and I know them now because I introduced myself." So that's like a huge. I think we talked about it last time. Just being able to have that physical interaction with somebody is.
I
huge.
think I got it after I went to Psyonix, because when we moved to San Diego, Art
You guys
invited
did a
us. Art
Yeah.
invited us all because we were at the streamer house and we were like 10 minutes from Psionics. So he invited us to go check out. And it was amazing.
That.
It was so
That was
amazing.
so cool.
But then after that, I got an email from Devin that was like, hey, da-da-da-da.
Right, so it's like, oh, these people are good people. You make a good impression, whatever. But yeah, no, that's just a good way to make friends. But now we're still cooped up for the holidays. And do you guys have any like personal Rocket League goals? While we're still big chilling, now that we have extra time to game.
Stop sucking.
Oh, you're not bad. I'd say.
Wow.
I'd say.
That's-
No, worst one in this
That
call.
was convincing me.
That's
though.
that's basically like saying, yeah, you're bad.
All right, I have a goal. I have a goal by
You have one goal?
4 months from now. Yeah, one goal that goes through the holiday season that I'll train for, and then right before all of this, I want to beat every single one of you in a 1v1.
I think I have 40,000 goals. in
Didn't you
Rocket League,
already
so
beat me?
just saying.
We were drinking and it was Rumble.
Yes, but you were drunk and it was Rumble,
You want to beat me in a
and I
sober
am a Rumble
1v1?
pro.
Oh my god.
I want to beat everyone in a
Wait,
1v1.
so why is this
In a Rumble
4 month-
1v1 or
you
a
said
regular
4-month
1v1?
goal?
Because you think I could do that by the end of Christmas?
Wait, a regular
maybe.
1v1?
Widow.
If you set the rules,
If you select some
Yeah.
under the.
You would have to
you
only
tell
play
Classy-
1v1s?
Make it high gravity. None of you can jump.
if you tell Classy he has to play blindfolded and Trihouse has to guide him, then
3 hour a day coaching sessions with Rami.
Oh my god, I would love to do that. I don't know if it, like when all of this is over and we can be or you can actually control each other's car through Bakimon. But when all of this is over, if we ever get to go to a LAN together, we did this forever ago, but I would love if SSG or like this group or the podcast or whatever did the thing where you're blindfolded and the other person controls the car, or where it's like two people, one controller. Both of them are fantastic and it would be great.
I've done that with
Hilarious.
Classy for one of Waiton's videos, I think it was, and it was like really fun, bizarrely fun. Like I was
Yeah, it's a
blindfolded
lot
and
of fun.
Classy was the one guiding me, and it's I don't know. There's something really like fun about it. It just shouldn't be realistically for what it is, but it's really good. It's a good concept.
It
Yeah,
is
I've
so
done that
much
Dude,
fun.
you have to go on the mega grind though, Widow. You got to go on that mega grind.
I would say that beating Classy would be the tough one, the really tough one.
That would be an undertaking.
Randy
What-
is
like
up on SSG too.
Hey, I get to 1v. Randy is coaching me. Randy got me from silver to plat in a season.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you're good. I'm not saying you
Believe
can. I'm
in
saying
me.
I do believe
there
in
we
you.
go.
I think you could if you just have to be. You'd have to be like really rigorous about it. I think.
I think this is the show match.
Yeah.
I think it's Classy against Widow, both blindfolded.
no, Widow against all of you.
Wait,
At some point, yes.
both-
right
both
before
blindfolded.
Christmas or at
And-
Christmas.
Ranny's
be it,
guiding
yeah.
Widow,
Ranny's
and
guiding.
Trihouse is guiding Classy.
Yeah, I think that would have to be.
It'd be good. It'd be
That would
good
have to be.
content.
Yeah, it'd be fun
Yeah.
to watch.
It'd be good. Show match.
I'm down, Widow. You're on. Yeah.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah, I've been wanting to 1v1
God.
everybody, but I'm always afraid to ask. I'm just like, hee hee hee. I'll just watch you guys 1v1 people. But,
Speaking of
yeah, I don't know.
1v1s, you've been getting more into the show matches. I've seen Neato.
Yeah, I finally did my second one, and I was really happy that they could reschedule last second because I forgot that Tuesday I was getting my hair done, and I wanted to just keep up with having a show match every week, and they were like, yeah, let's do it on Thanksgiving. So I had a little Thanksgiving show match, and it's been really fun. It's just one of those things where I feel like it comes naturally in a way where I have a lot of fun doing it, and when it's over, I'm like, oh my god, that didn't last very long. That was awesome. I wish it didn't end. So it's really fun to
I want
find
to 1v1
little.
you, Neato.
You want to 1v1 me
Yeah.
now? Okay, we could set something up.
Not right now.
Not right
Wait, why
now,
are you
but like,
sounding nervous, Classy? You just called the woman out, and now you're
Oh, I
sounding
can 1v1
nervous.
now. It's just my girlfriend's over.
no. We don't have the 1v1 right now. I mean, I just mean now,
I mean,
as
we
in
could.
in this period of time. Like, I guess.
We 1v1'd once.
Yeah,
Neato.
we did. Oh, we did.
I let you
definitely-
win, and you posted it on Twitter, and I felt.
You let me win. You were
I let you win.
were going for clips or fancy stuff, and I took advantage
Wait,
of that.
did you
so
lose
yes.
to Zeke, Classy?
No.
Who won, Classy? I watched it, but I can't remember who won. Zeke win? Didn't Zeke
No.
push it in the end?
He did.
No, what are you
Zeke
talking
did
about?
win.
He did, right?
Zeke
Like, he
did
did.
win.
I don't know what you did.
I mean, spoilers, but yeah, Zeke did it.
Like-
Classy's like, all right, it's time to go. Bye.
Zeke
Right, right.
Guys,
started-
thank you for listening. I totally beat Zeke. I'll smell you guys next time. Peace out.
No, that was
honestly
he literally left the Discord.
I'm messing.
Aw. No, dude, that was a great series. That was a really great series.
Just
Same
for the
with
record.
Randy and Sharif's. I don't know. There's been a lot of people kind of like stepping up and showing interest in wanting to do that. So yeah, no, I think one of my personal goals is to just be recognized for casting in 1v1s in some way. I know there's lots of opportunities in that on Salt Mine and stuff like that. So maybe potentially getting on that in the future.
Realistically, there's not that many people that do it. Obviously, Johnny's like majorly paved the way for that sort of
Yeah,
content.
he's my biggest inspiration for sure.
I know people like Trauma Llama have done stuff like that before, but there's not that many people that do it. There really isn't. So it's definitely like a good niche to get into.
I don't know. It's like
And you
it's so
see-
much
you,
fun
like,
to just be there and react to everything.
You like sincerely like enjoy ones. So
Yeah,
it's,
I do
it's a good
get a
thing.
kick
I mean,
out of watching
2v2s
people
and
1v1,
3v2s
good
are also
1v1s.
good to cast, but if
I
1v1s
like
is
casting
where
twos
you-
and threes as well. Sometimes I can get lost in, especially like, just like how many people there are on the field. I don't want to miss anything. So sometimes I think I can get into it after a while, but at first I'll kind of like trip over stuff. Whereas in 1v1s, I know a lot about ones, so I can fall back on a lot of topics. And I mean, it comes with practice, right? When I first started casting, I was definitely being carried by my co-casters, which were either was Sleegy or Hunted, which are both like really awesome. They cast for E United, I think, for the grid. But yeah, no, the both of them basically like gave me my foundation for casting, which is not as easy as you might think. Like you're like, oh, talking over Rocket League, no big deal, but it can be pretty overwhelming. But now I have like loads of things to fall onto, and it's really enjoyable as opposed to stressful. But yeah, it just takes a little practice. It's definitely something that I'm finding myself falling into more than I did before, because it was kind of like a hobby thing now, and now where like I've actually picked up a few casting gigs, and hopefully it'll go well. I'm excited. But yeah, that's what's going on with me, and what I'm hopeful for the as the year wraps up here.
There's
What
one
about you,
thing that
Trey? Or Veeds, anybody?
Sorry, I cut you off there. I don't
I'm
know if you
trying
were
to
gonna
like
ask, but,
just like direct the conversation somewhere, so you're good.
It's kind of going back to what we were talking about before, actually, and because I don't really have goals in Rocket League as such. Like, one thing that I do want to do is I want to get back on to consistently making content. Like, I've not been, like you guys know, I've not really been in the right sort of headspace the last month or so. So I want to get back on with that. I'm currently like in the works with like editing some stuff like for my channel and stuff. But going back to what we were talking about before. Which is kind of off topic again now, but the one thing that I'd like to see when you were talking about cosmetics and stuff, it's not really a specific cosmetic or anything like what was talked about, but I really want to see a boost audio option. You know, like we've got engine audio.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I need to see a boost audio option because
That'd be
there's
nice.
so many nice looking boosts that just sound horrible.
Sound like
Dude.
shite.
Word,
Sound
man.
like freaking shite.
That's your one goal. You
I
just
ha-
want them to fix that.
Sorry,
There's
Veeds,
no
yeah.
reason why they couldn't do it. They've done it with
They just
the
need to
engine
sound like
audios.
standard boost.
Like you can
You need to
literally,
sound like Alpha Boost, dude.
you can select any car.
I hate the way Alpha
and
Boost
select
sounds.
any engine audio you want from any car, and then there's some of the preset ones as well. And it's like, why can't they do that with the boosts? If they did that with the boosts, you would see like, oh man, you'd see like
Pros start using them.
everything. It'd get used because there's not that many ugly boosts. There's some that are like a bit too big and in your face, but aside from that, there's like the majority of the boosts look really nice in the game, but people don't use them because of how they sound.
That's every boost in the game for me. Like, I like the way the standard boost sounds, and that's pretty much it. I use Faded Cosmos and Golden Cosmos because I like the way they look, but I still don't like the way they sound. Like they're freaking loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's the reason I don't like Alpha Boost. I think Alpha Boost is too loud. But yeah, if you could change the boost sound, I would use so many different.
How dare you talk smack about the Alpha Boost, man?
I think it's obnoxious. It sounds
freaking rages, man. It's got a nice little hum to it, all right? And I don't want to hear
I like
no
yellow.
more.
I like
when you
yellow
activate it,
standard
it's
more
like.
than I like it.
It sounds
like
like
it.
it's like in.
It's more like...
It's loud.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's more like.
I don't mind Alpha Boost. There's definitely more obnoxious sounding ones.
Okay, speaking of which, I've talked about this on stream. I'm just going to throw it out there. I want to hear a bro engine sound that goes bro, 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 bro. That would be sick.
Not
that
before
would be
we
the
get
I
classiest
would
monkey
engine sound.
uninstall Rocket League.
Monkey engine noise. Where is the monkey engine noise?
Oh, God.
I love how we went back to talking about cosmetics.
Dude, monkey engine sound? Are you kidding me? I would use that.
I just want to
Right?
be able to honk at
Shout out to
people.
my boy Sadie.
Bruh.
Yeah, car
Oh my
horn,
gosh, no.
Car horn, that's another one. You just...
Imagine
be able to
demoing and
honk.
honking nonstop. This is the most
Imagine every
obnoxious
time your
voice.
like teammate cuts or bumps you and you just start honking
Proximity
uncontrollably.
honk.
Oh, no, toxicity levels would rise to, like, unprecedented levels.
Proximity chat.
Unprecedented level.
Yay! When you go for a demo.
Bro, let's get a normal chat and then we'll work on proximity chat.
Fine. Can that be a new quick chat then? It just says beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh my gosh.
well, we
No,
technically- that
no matter
sensor
which way
could
you
be
look
a
at this, it's obnoxious.
Why have you
Oh
put
my
this into the
gosh.
people's minds?
It's been there. It's been in the people's minds. We need it, and we need it now.
I want blinkers on my car so I can fake right and go left.
We just want this to be a car simulator. We don't want.
probably want-
We don't
Just
want a
spam
game.
the on your left and then go right.
Oh.
That's smart.
And then spam
Game.
faking.
Yeah.
You're onto something.
And then go right. As in,
Guys, we've gone off. We've gone off.
I think we need. Wait, what? Excuse me. All right, I think it's time. We gotta get out of here. We gotta go. Anything else to wrap up the cast? Anybody got anything?
Thank
to
you
say?
for doing the giveaway, guys. Thank you for participating in the
yeah.
giveaways for the.
Congrats to
That was
everyone
awesome. I was super happy to see who won my giveaway. So yeah,
Yeah,
Same
it was
here.
as well,
Same
actually.
here.
Same.
yeah. Good on you. We'll try and do some more of that. We'll see. We'll try to do some negotiation with Space Station. They can't say no. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see what we can do.
Sean
We'll
Durant's
see what we
listening to
can
this
do.
tomorrow. She said what?
Right, he's like, oh god, I don't know. Just kidding though, but yeah, no. As we wrap things up, we'd like to remind you, friends, that you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music, all through anchor.fm/SSGScuffedCast. And from there, you should be able to find our individual socials too. Same at SSGScuffedCast. We always love the feedback. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
peace out.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Stay motherfucking classy.